This is the Breville BMO650SIL compact wave soft close countertop microwave oven, and I've been using it long enough to know what it does brilliantly and where it falls short. The headline for me is the sound, or really the lack of it. The soft closed door is exactly what the name promises. No clank, no slam, just a quiet, controlled close that doesn't wake anyone up. I use the mute option every day, so there are no beeps at the end of a cycle. If you live with light sleepers or you sneak late-night snacks, that combination makes a real difference. Key features I use all the time include the central rotary dial for setting and adjusting time, the one-touch start for 30 seconds, and the shortcuts for reheat, defrost, popcorn, and beverage. There's also a food menu with presets for things like pizza and potatoes, a child lock for safety, and a clock. Inside, it's 0.9 cu feet 25 letter, and the footprint is compact at about 17.3 by 19.1 by 11.5 inches. It's 900 watts at 120 volts, so it fits a standard kitchen outlet and doesn't dominate the counter. The styling is understated in silver with a gray fascia, and it looks nicer than most small microwaves I've owned. The housing feels more solid than the usual plastic box, and the internal light is bright enough to actually see what's happening. From my experience, the controls are the best part of using this microwave. The dial is a joy, way faster than tapping a keypad. I can spin the time up or down even while it's cooking, which is handy when I realize I over or under guessed. The start button is big and obvious, so there's no hunting around, and I appreciate that the raised buttons are easy to find by feel. If I'm making popcorn, the preset does a respectable job with minimal burning once I dialed in my preferred bag size. For heating drinks and soups, it's quick and predictable. Water for tea, coffee top-ups, ramen broth, those tasks are its sweet spot. When it comes to actual cooking performance on more complex foods, the story changes. In my opinion, the BMO650SIL is a convenience microwave first. It handles uniform items well, but struggles with mixed plates and dense frozen meals. If I reheat leftovers, I see the classic hot and cold patchwork. A slice of pizza warms, but the cheese can stay a bit stubborn while the edge gets hot. A frozen lasagna cooks through with extra time, but the bottom can end up chewy before the center is fully right. I've also had burritos come out warm on the ends with a cool core unless I stop and rotate halfway. Defrosting is where I'm least satisfied. The defrost function is gentle enough to avoid cooking the edges, but it doesn't prompt me to flip or stir mid-cycle, so I have to set a separate reminder or babysit the process. If I just let it run, the result is uneven, partially thawed on one side, still icy on the other. I get better outcomes by using lower power and manually flipping every minute or two. For those who are new to microwaves, lower power just means the magnetron pulses on and off, so food warms more evenly, but without inverter tech, it's less precise. This unit doesn't have inverter technology, and that shows up when you want perfectly even results. Power-wise, 900 watts is fine for a compact model, but you should expect longer times than a 1,000 to 1,200 watt unit. I routinely need about 2 minutes to reheat a mug of coffee, and a typical popcorn bag takes over 5 minutes to get near my preferred pop rate. That's not a deal breaker for me, but it's worth knowing if you're used to a bigger microwave. I also wish it had a standalone kitchen timer function. It's a small omission that I miss more than I expected when I'm timing something on the stove. Build quality feels mostly solid, and the unit stays put on the counter. The door action is buttery and quiet, and it's become something I actually appreciate multiple times a day. I will say the push buttons are a bit soft in feel compared to the dial, which is crisp and satisfying. On durability, I've seen enough reports from other owners to pay attention. Some folks have had issues with the soft closed door mechanism after 1 to 3 years, often mentioning a small plastic piece in the latch area. I haven't had a full failure, but I did notice on a couple of mornings the door didn't catch perfectly on the first close, then worked fine after. I've also read occasional accounts of units failing electrically or sparking. I can't verify every story, but it's common enough that I keep the 1-year limited warranty paperwork handy, and I'm a little cautious about slamming repeated high heat runs. If long-term reliability is your top priority, it's smart to factor this in. It's perfect for small kitchens, apartments, dorms, or as a secondary microwave where quiet matters as much as looks. The 29.8-pound weight gives it a planted feel without being a pain to shift for cleaning, and the capacity handles a dinner plate or a medium bowl without a squeeze. I like that I can nudge the power level down for delicate reheating, and that the display is clear across the room. The child lock is a one-press safety blanket when kids are roaming the kitchen. I'd recommend this for anyone who values a calm, low-noise kitchen and uses a microwave mostly for reheating drinks, warming simple leftovers, popping popcorn, or quick snacks. If you rely on your microwave to do heavy lifting, defrosting meats evenly, cooking dense frozen meals without fuss, or acting as a daily workhorse, you may be happier with a higher wattage model with inverter technology for smoother, more even power. Breville lists a 1-year limited warranty, and as of now, it holds about a 4.3-star average with well over 1,000 ratings, which lines up with my mixed but generally positive day-to-day experience. In my opinion, this model nails the user experience and sound profile. The soft close door and mute option are not gimmicks. They make life at home a little calmer. The interface is intuitive enough that I never think about it, which is what you want from an appliance you use multiple times a day. The trade-offs are in raw performance and potentially long-term durability. I can live with the slower cook times, but I wish the defrost program guided me to flip mid-cycle, and I'd love a simple timer mode. From my experience, I keep reaching for this microwave because it's pleasant to use and it looks good on my counter. It's become my go-to for coffee, tea water, oatmeal, and leftovers I'm willing to stir once or twice. When I need precision defrosting or fast cooking, I plan around it. That's the balance I've struck, and it's been worth it for a quiet kitchen. In conclusion, the Breville BMO650SIL Compact Wave is a premium-feeling compact microwave with standout quiet performance, a great dial, and a clean design. It's limited by 900-watt power and non-inverter heating, and defrosting needs hands-on attention. If your priority is a calm, easygoing daily experience, it delivers. If you want consistent, even cooking for complex foods and rock-solid long-term durability, consider stepping up to a more powerful model with inverter control. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe to the channel and drop your questions or your own experience with this microwave in the comments. Thank you for watching.